Okay, Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. I'm Zara and I will be on duty as an administrator for today's session. Today the case involving plaintiff Mr. Lobo and defendant Mr. Roy. Everyone can take a seat and the court is here to start.
Good morning, Your Honor. I am Mr. Lobo. I am the one who appointed Mr. Roy, which is my agent, to buy a truck. I told Mr. Roy to buy a truck that had been modified according to specification to accommodate disabled people. The truck that I asked Mr. Roy to find is no more than 500,000 ringgit and will give a commission of 1,000 ringgit to Mr. Roy if he finds it. I want to say that I am not satisfied with the vehicle that I got because I did not meet the specification that I want. I also know that Miss Su made a transaction to Mr. Roy amounting 30,000 ringgit. So I want to claim my rights to Mr. Roy and Miss Su from Kenderaan Hebat Co.
Hi and good morning, Your Honour. My name is Mr. Roy. I'm the agent. I got a task from Mr. Lobo to buy a lorry to modify accommodate the disabled person at a price of no more than 500,000 ringgit. Then I contacted Miss Su and told Miss Su about the vehicle to be bought by Mr. Lobo. It's a lorry that need modify, accommodates people with disabilities. And Miss Su said for the lorry the price is 450,000 ringgit and I agreed and Miss Su to send the lorry to Mr. Lobo premises.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm Miss Su from Kenderaan Hebat Co. I'm the who sells the truck to Mr. Roy. Mr. Roy contacted me and told me that he need a truck that can accommodate a disabled person. So I stated to Roy that the truck price that I want to sell to Roy will be at 450,000 ringgit. But Roy persuaded to reduce it, so I reduced the price to 420,000 ringgit and the extra 30,000 ringgit I credited to Roy account because Roy told me that it will be a use for a charity program handled by Mr. Lobo Company. That's why I agreed. I would ask plaintiff a few questions for clarification. Is it true that the truck you received from Mrs. Su is not working as well as your specification? Were there any specific shipping instruction provided?
Yes, Your Honor. The truck I got did not meet my request. I asked Mr. Roy to inform Miss Su about the type of truck I want, which is the type of truck that has been modified to accommodate disabled people. I want to claim the truck.
Okay, thank you, Plaintiff, for your responses to the question. I will ask a question to the defendant. Have you asked Mrs. Su about specification of the truck requested by Mr. Lobo?
Yes, Your Honour. I've asked Miss Su about the truck that need to modify, accommodate disabled people. And the payment has been made and settled for 450,000 ringgit. The truck has also been moved to Mr.
Thank you,
Lobo's
defendant, for your response to
premises.
the questions. Miss Su, do you plead guilty or not to the charge mentioned about you are not delivered the truck that Mr. Lobo specification? Yes, Your Honor, I plead guilty. I didn't do it according to Mr. Lobo's specification at the first place. Section 15 Sales of Goods Act 1957, Sale by Description. Where there is a contract for the sale of goods by description, there is an implied condition that the goods shall correspond with the description. The truck did not comply with the description. Mr. Lobo have the right to claim the truck that he requested for. Section 16, subsection 1A, Sales of Goods Act 1957. If the goods are not fit the particular purpose of Mr. Lobo need, Ms. Su would be liable for breach of this condition and Mr. Lobo and Mr. Roy is entitled to damage or restrict the contract. Mr. Lobo can claim the cost of waiting for the truck and the cost of the difference between the truck he got and the truck he requested. So I will continue the next case. I will ask some questions to Kenderaan Hebat Co. Mrs. Su. Have you sold the truck for RM 420,000 only to Mr. Roy? Do you have any evidence of your specific argument? Yes, Your Honor. I sold that truck for the price 420,000 ringgit and I transferred 30,000 ringgit to Roy account because he told me that the money will go to Mr. Lobo charity program. Okay, thank you, Kenderaan Hebat Co, for your responses to the question. I would ask a question to plaintiff. Mr. Lobo, is it true that you appointed Mr. Roy to find the truck? Is it true that you have quoted the price you asked for?
Yes, Your Honor. I have appointed Mr. Roy to give the truck and set the price not more than 500,000 ringgit. I will also give Mr. Roy a commission if he achieves.
Thank you, plaintiff, for responses to the question. Mr. Roy, do you promise to tell truth you give in this court?
I, Mr. Roy, will speak the truth and be honest in all statements that I give.
Mr. Roy, do you plead guilty or not to the charge mentioned about RM30,000 credited to your bank account as used for a charity program handled by Mr. Lobo's company?
Yes, I plead guilty. The 30,000 ringgit credited to account was only for the charity program for Mr. Lobo's company. I am also not satisfied with the commission given by Mr. Lobo because the price is too low. Therefore, I declare that I am innocent and do not want to be responsible for the lorry because I am only a broker between Mr. Lobo and Miss Su.
Section 18 Contract Act 1950 misrepresentation. The positive assertion in a manner not warranted by the information of the person making it, of that which is not true, though he believe it to be true. The payment should be not credited to Mr. Roy account if it will be used for a charity program handled by Mr. Lobo's company. Continue to the next case. I will ask a few questions to plaintiff. Mr. Lobo, do you know and allow to Mr. Roy get profit from Mr. Su? Are you responsible for this situation?
No, Your Honor. Mr. Roy has made a destination and received other payment without my consent. I also do not know about the secret profit or agreement made by Mr. Roy and Miss Su. I got this news after Miss Su told me. I don't approve this deal.
Okay, thank you, Plaintiff, for your responses to the question. Mr. Roy, do you plead guilty or not to the charge mentioned the money is credited to your bank account without Mr. Lobo knowledge?
Yes, Your Honor, I plead guilty.
Payment an agent received from a third party such as a commission or some other financial inducement without the informed consent of his principal will generally be considered as a matter of law to be dishonest and treated as a secret profit. According to Section 169 Contract Act 1950, principal's right to benefit gained by agent dealing on his own account in business of agency without principal consent, or the secret profit obtained by Mr. Roy from Ms. Su will be the property of the Mr. Lobo because Mr. Roy took the secret profit without Mr. Lobo's knowledge. According to Section 173 Contract Act 1950, agent not entitled to remuneration for business misconducted. Mr. Roy is guilty of misconduct in the business of the agency, is not entitled to any remuneration in respect of that part of the business which he has misconducted. For the conclusion, this question is a relevant case by Bill V. Taylor. The seller had breached the implied condition. The buyer was entitled to the damages and duty of agent towards principal. The agent should not make any profit. So, thank you for this session for today.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Miss Zara.
Thank you, Ms. Zara and everyone.